Impostor syndrome is like that song you hate, but yet you know all the words to it. Instead of changing the station, you let it ride out, and before you know it, you're singing along because it's catchy. All along, you had the power to change the station, but instead, you listened anyway. I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing. Here's why. In this case, I see these as statements of concern that need to be addressed. Impostor syndrome is real. That little voice in your head telling you all the reasons why you can't do something or go after that big dream is legit. And when I heard multiple thought leaders say it doesn't go away, what? After you do the hard thing and get to the next level, guess what? You're going to have to deal with it all over again. Because what's at that next level? Another level of your imposter syndrome. It is the shapeshifter of our growth, and it'll be there as we grow. So we might as well learn how to play nice with it and find ways to use it to our advantage. In the midst of doing all the things, you can do all things and chase your dreams. Stay encouraged as we go on this journey called life, tackling everything that comes our way while we shine our light despite any circumstances we face. No more downplaying or dimming your light, because through the good, the bad, and everything in between, together we can encourage over everything. Let's talk about imposter syndrome, shall we? It's that voice in our head that's fueled by insecurities telling us all the things we can't do and why we can't do it. It keeps us playing small in that comfort zone because, well, it's comfortable here. Why leave a space that feels so comfy and cozy to go and do something that's big, scary, and, well, unknown? It's comfy here because we've already faced the unknowns, and dealing with what's known just feels better. It's when we are stretched past that space where we've mastered everything that's there that is uncomfortable. And believe it or not, the imposter within is often trying to keep us safe. It just wants to keep us in our comfort zone because it's the safety zone. It also feels all of our insecurities with conviction. I've heard so many thought leaders say imposter syndrome never really goes away. Even when they want to go to another level, it pops up. And these are incredible thought leaders and personal development mega minds like Dean Graziosi, who you think at his level never had to deal with imposter syndrome ever again. But the truth is, growth is ongoing. And if you're doing it right, it never stops. So I thought to myself, if those you look up to still have to deal with imposter syndrome, then you better learn how to make nice with it. I recently heard Lisa Bilyeu talking about her imposter syndrome when it comes up, and she says to it, oh, hey, that's the little girl that's still here. For additional support with these topics and to work with me one-on-one, get your free strategy session by leaving a review on your favorite podcast platform. Take a screenshot and DM me on Instagram at Encourage Over Everything. Let's design a plan to eliminate the overwhelm, maximize your action, and support you as you chase your dreams while doing all the things. So I thought to myself, if those you look up to still have to deal with imposter syndrome, then you better learn how to play nice with it. And I recently heard Lisa Bilyeu talking about her imposter syndrome when it comes up, and she'll say, oh, hey, that little girl is still there. It made me think of my own little girl on the inside who is afraid and yet hasn't gained the confidence needed to go after that next big thing. I call her a little L. So instead of hating on this little girl who is just trying to keep me safe and feeling all of my insecurities, I decided to show her some compassion. After all, she's the one holding space for all my insecurities. And just as every little girl has to grow up, so does she. I want to help little Elle grow beyond the fear and insecurities. Even as much as I've grown and worked on myself, she will still have to show up from time to time and remind me of some areas that need some attention. So if imposter syndrome is something I could face every time I think about going to the next level, I might as well play nice with her and figure out how I can use this to my advantage. As you know, it all starts with mindset. The mindset shift I decided to make is to look at my imposter syndrome as a signal to tell me the things that I need to learn or acquire in order to truly go after the next big thing. I do not like going on camera, okay? I'm sorry. I don't like it. I'm way more comfortable writing, posting quotes, doing voiceovers. Like, that's more of my jam. I love that. But if I'm really going to go after my big dream, guess what I got to do? Go on camera. I have to make some videos and put this face right on out there. So I take a look at my imposter. Little Elle is telling me these things, right? So I need to listen up and see what she has to say. And so when my little Elle tells me things like, nobody will watch your videos, I simply say to her, if millions of people are watching videos with talking cats, okay, there is definitely somebody willing to watch my videos. I need to believe better. When little Elle says, you don't know how to do that, I say to her, okay, all right. What do I have to learn to be able to be good at videos? What classes do I have to take? What tools do I need? Who do I know that can help me? What she's really telling me is I need to build my skills. And when little Elle comes back and is like, you're not going to be any good at that, I say to her, I'm not any good at it yet, but I will be. Watch me. I'll suck at first, but even LeBron James and Steph Curry miss some shots. I will get good at it. I can get great at it. I can get great at anything I decide to get great at. So what she's really trying to tell me is I need to build my confidence. And when little Elle comes back and says, you are too scared to do that, I simply say to her, it's okay to be scared. Scared just means you've got to do it. You don't have to do it all today or right now or in this moment. You can work towards it. You can practice. You can build the muscle. You are scared because it's new, it's unknown, but you can build a comfort level with it. Put in the reps, and before you know it, you'll be so proud of yourself for learning the skills, mastering them, and putting them into practice to make an impact and serve your greater mission. So what she's really trying to tell me is I need to build my belief. More often than not, we allow that little inner imposter to play on repeat, letting that insecurity stay in rotation as if it's on our favorite playlist. It's that song you hate, but you know all the words to. And instead of changing the station, you let it ride. And before you know it, you are singing along because it's catchy. All along, you had the power to change the station, but you listened anyway. I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing, and here's why. In this case, I see these as statements of concerns that need to be addressed. The inner imposter is expressing some concerns, maybe not in the best way, but they are concerns nonetheless. The best way to stop someone from nagging is to truly listen and address the needs being expressed. So these concerns are really coming from two places. One, to keep us safe. Our comfort zone, right? We love it. It's cozy up in that piece. And two, Based on what we believe and know right now, this is not at all based on the future state. So if you're afraid right now, or you don't think that you can do it right now, it's probably legit, like you don't know how just yet. But it is not at all addressing what is possible. You get to decide how you choose to address the concern. A, you can stay in your comfort zone and continue to believe your current beliefs based on what you know right now. Or you can go with option B, and you can step outside of your comfort zone, and little by little is okay. Remember, baby steps count, okay? You can choose new beliefs by building a new belief and defining what you need in order to help you get to where you want to go. Now, just to give you a little framework about building a new belief, it's really just taking an assessment of that belief. Like, what do you believe? Where did it come from? And when I say where did it come from, ask yourself, is this my belief? Did someone give it to me? Or did I learn this? Then ask yourself, does it serve me now? And if the answer is yes, sure, keep it. But if the answer is no, then what should be your new belief? The concerns are really telling you what you need in order to be equipped to go after that brand new shiny thing. So for me, my inner imposter was telling me I needed to believe better. And I had 3 things I needed to really build: my skills, confidence, and my beliefs. And now that I know what I need, it's time to build a plan around it. And I'm a designer at heart, so designing a plan of attack is my jam. How was I going to believe better in myself and what I'm capable of? How was I going to build my skills, confidence, and belief? And as much as I've been trying to avoid being on camera, I've reached this place where I literally can't avoid it any longer, mainly because my mission is way too great. It's no longer about me and my insecurities. It's more about the women I want to help, the people I want to inspire. And now that I'm in this space to do it regardless of how I feel, I can start somewhere. And I'm going to be honest with you, okay? I'm not out here telling you take all these bold moves, and I'm not willing to make bold moves. So now I couldn't just go with the full gusto and just start going live every day. So I decided to start from where I was and do something just a little bit outside of my comfort zone, which is making videos. Now, you are literally going on this journey with me. You have a front row seat into seeing me conquer my insecurities up close and personal, honey. But let me take you a step back, because I did something really important right before I started making videos, which was I decided to do something that was just a little bit outside of my comfort zone, right? And taking that uncomfortable action was to support my comfort zone. Let me explain what I mean by that. My comfort zone is voiceovers. So I decided to launch my podcast because I love it here. I come alive right here, right? I've built a momentum in this space, and I absolutely love doing this whole process from start to finish. The uncomfortable action that I took to support my comfort zone is to make a video to promote my episodes. Right? Like it? Yes. Ew. Now, as I share this with you, this is new and in development. The response that I've received just from the few videos that I've done has doubled, if not tripled, my engagement. So go ahead and throw some virtual confetti for your girl. Note, reminder, you've got to celebrate your wins, solo and with some peeps. The point is, start where you are and then take one uncomfortable action outside of your comfort zone, all in support of your comfort zone, and then check out those results. You have to be willing to try new things. Treat it all as an experiment so you can take that pressure off of yourself from having to start out as the experts, right? I don't know why we think that every time we start something, we're the experts. No, even experts don't start out as experts. They become experts. So we have to get in the habit of separating ourselves from that title of expecting to be the expert. And also get in the habit of separating feedback from your identity. Looking at your results doesn't have to become a label that you wear. It didn't work out, or this thing that you tried failed, and then somehow that equates to you being a failure? No, absolutely not. You tried something, it didn't work. But what did you learn from it? Now you have more knowledge and information than when you started. So that thing that you tried that failed actually made you smarter, not a failure. It made you smarter. We are so quick to take on the negative connotation of things, but don't stop to even consider or take on the positive aspect of it. We have our prehistoric brain to thank for that. Yes, indeed. But we can change that. The more personal development you do, the more self-improvements you make, you actually train your brain to see things from new, lighter, brighter perspectives. This is how you begin to believe better. This episode is brought to you by One Hope. Calling all wine lovers. Did you know you can enjoy wine and donate to your favorite charity at the same time? With One Hope, proceeds of every delicious bottle go to some amazing charity doing incredible acts of service. DM me. Cheers. Ask me how you can donate to your favorite charity while sipping yummy wines. To enjoy delicious wines that keep on giving, check out the link in the show notes. Once you master some skills, you forget how hard it was to acquire them, or the fact that it took time and practice to do so. So you really have to remind yourself regularly of the things that you've accomplished to get where you are. That's why celebrating your wins is so important. You need those wins embedded in your soul to rise and resonate with you when you find yourself starting all over again or reinventing yourself into a new space. Believe in yourself. Believe you are capable of learning new things, mastering new skills, and leveling up to that next level of evolution. You are evolution rising. You better remember who you are and whose you are. You are that chick. That's right. Believe better, boo. Now, building skills and confidence, they go hand in hand for me. Identifying what skills you need to learn to do something new, that's the easy part. It's easy to define. Do I need a coach or instructor? Do I need to take a class or attend a mastermind or maybe do online courses or maybe in-person study or go to a conference or an event? What support system do I need to build or join? What books or podcasts do I need to be reading or listening to? Like, it's easy to figure all of that out, right? That's the fun part. Once you know all of that, you have to really start building out your plan, like really designating and blocking off time to spend and really schedule it on your calendar and then do the dang on thing. Now, slight note to self, please remember to have some grace with yourself and your schedule. There are going to be days when you set out a plan and life has a different plan. So be flexible to shift and adjust as needed, okay? Now, you also need to design how you are going to implement what you're learning. That means including time for homework and how you're going to incorporate what you're learning into real life. I see so many stall in learning mode, and I used to be guilty of this myself because I love learning. But When I was just in learning mode and I wasn't specific in breaking out things on my calendar, I would just be in learner mode, but not really in implementation mode. So my class time is actually different from my homework time, because when I was just giving it a blanket statement like study time or like class, then I was aimlessly not hitting targets because I just wasn't specific. So when you block off your time, make sure that you assign the specific tasks that you're going to do within that time. So that way you avoid getting caught up in just doing the busy work, which is the stuff that actually doesn't help you to actually move the ball forward, or just doing the fun stuff that you love to do, because you got to get to work. The plan doesn't work unless you work it. And this is also where the confidence will start to come into play, because as you start to implement actions into real life, those actions are going to build your confidence and momentum. You begin to feel like you're actually making progress. And as you build your confidence, really lean in and define what is the next bold action you can take that's outside of your comfort zone. The more of a comfort level you build with taking a step to support your comfort zone, the more muscle you're going to actually build. And that's what's going to help you get to that point where you're ready to take that next bold action outside of your comfort zone. So see how that inner imposter can actually do you some good? Yes. Now, I know she isn't always nice about how she conveys her concerns. I know we need to work on her communication skills and the delivery, okay? Little L just isn't as evolved, educated, or enlightened as I am. So I decided to give the girl a break, right? And this is where your power is revealed, because you get to decide what you're going to do with that information your inner imposter shared with you. You get to decide how you're going to handle it. What are you going to do with that info? Ask yourself some good questions here. Is it true? Is what your imposter telling you true? Maybe it's true right now, but that means it's just an opportunity for you to actually build on what you need. And if it's not true, what is this showing up to tell you about your beliefs? Do you need to assess your beliefs and come up with some new ones? What is it that your imposter is really trying to reveal to you? Remember, your imposter is scared. So how are you going to hold the hand of your inner imposter through the scary parts? How are you going to support your inner imposter as you face your fears and insecurities together? How will you take the concerns and information your inner imposter shared with you and use it to your advantage? As soon as I realized girlfriend wasn't going anywhere, when I realized that she is here to stay, I actually noticed that I need her to be. I need her to reveal some things to me from time to time. We often don't take a step back and assess our beliefs. We just believe them. And once we have a belief, we are locked in. Them same old beliefs that we learned as kids or inherited from others or even just learned, period. Those belief systems are still driving us as adults. So if nothing else, take this as your cue to pause and take a look at your belief system. Maybe there's something there that is worth exploring, revisiting, and revamping. Now, I love the idea that there is something good being offered to me, even during the most difficult, tragic, or seemingly impossible times. Yes, that means you're gonna have to shovel through some BS to get to the good stuff. But there is always something good being offered. And even though you may not understand it now, but hindsight reveals those gems many, many times over. So I view the imposter the very same way. That inner imposter living inside of you will show up from time to time. Make nice with your inner imposter and explore what's being brought to your attention. Remember, you have the power. You can choose to allow that voice to keep on nagging you on repeat, and you can keep playing small in your comfort zone and allow it to keep preventing you from going to your next level of happiness, impact, and evolution. But you also have another choice. You can decide to discover the concerns being shared with you and how you want to address them. I want to encourage you to do the work. I encourage you to believe better. I encourage you to find what you need, make a plan, and go after it because you have one life. Sure, you can stay in your comfort zone, or you can decide your mission, desires, dreams, and the impact you are meant to have is far bigger than you, your ego, or playing small in your comfort zone. Live full. Baby step it to bold and make your dreams a reality so you can go and dream new dreams. Let's go. Encourage over your inner imposter because together we can encourage over everything. Thanks for tuning in. I would absolutely love to hear from you. Please take a moment to leave a review. All you have to do is rate by lighting me up with some stars and leave a few words. If you share this episode, let me thank you in advance for sharing positive messages because we all know some peeps in our lives who could use an extra dose of encouragement. And I'm throwing virtual confetti right now to celebrate you for finishing this episode. I don't know about you, but I'm not ready for this to end. So if you want more, check out theshow.encourageovereverything.com for literally all things Encourage Over Everything. Stay connected and join the email list. Get that VIP treatment by being the first to know all the happenings and get encouragement sent right to your inbox. Theshow.encourageovereverything.com has everything that you're looking for, from show notes and all of the info on today's sponsors. And if you are looking to connect with other fellow encouragers, be sure to join my exclusive community at the Encourage Over Everything Facebook group. I can't wait to connect with you in the next episode. Remember, there isn't anything that we can't get through because together we can encourage over everything.